Alright. So, there's these two guys, and they're sitting at a coffee bar, right? And the waitress, she is taking care of her customers, and she gives one of the customers a cup of coffee, because he asks for a cup of coffee, and she gives it to him, and so nicely, politely, smiling. She's just kind. She has that personality. She's bubbly. You can tell she is just a good person when you look at her. And she's beautiful, too, and just has a kind heart. And the guy thanks her for his coffee. He does. But then she asks him if he'd like pie. She goes on to tell him that the pie here is amazing, and sir, you should really have some of our pie. It's just wonderful. And he declines a couple of times. At first he's politely, you can tell he gets kind of frustrated, and the waitress walks off still with a smile on her face, still happy as can be, still just happy to be alive. She says, "All right, sir," and she walks off to go take care of some more customers. And the guy looks at the other guy that's sitting in the coffee bar, and he's like, "Man, this is why I can't stand waitresses. They are always just trying to push more stuff on you, make you spend money. I just can't stand it." And the other guy goes, "Actually, she's just a really bubbly personality, and she really just loves her job and wants to make people happy. And that's why I'm gonna marry her." What's up, guys? It's your girl Lucy, and I'm back here with another Tuesday video for you guys. So the story you just heard was my favorite story of my parents. So for favorites week, I was kind of hesitant because I don't really know what to do. I couldn't stick to just one theme. So I just thought of a ton of my favorite things, and so here is a video talking about some of my favorite things. The first one you heard, my favorite story of my parents. They're a beautiful couple, and they really are a marriage that everyone should strive to have. If you want more cute stories of my parents, let me know. They're great people. And the next favorite that I wanted to talk about was my favorite song at the moment. My favorite song changes, definitely. Like, I never have one consistent favorite song, but my favorite song is always something that's at the top of my playlist. So I'm gonna have to say right now my favorite song is Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid. He currently has like 4 different singles that are top of the charts right now, and it's insane. Dumb and broke, we still got love to give. Are we young, dumb, young, dumb, and broke? Young, dumb, and broke. Thanks for listening. My favorite albums are out right now. The best albums that will ever be released in my lifetime are probably out right now. You ready for this? BB Rexa, All Your Fault Part 1 and All Your Fault Part 2. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, you need to go search BB Rexa and listen to her music. Watch some of her videos. The one for I'm Gonna Show You Crazy is so powerful and meaningful and beautiful, and her music is just, it's so inspiring. I don't know how she does it, but man, she is a beautiful artist. And that brings me to my favorite artists. Oh, hey. hey, nice to see you there. Hey, am I getting a good angle there? Yeah, my favorite artist is definitely Hoodie Allen. I live and breathe Hoodie Allen. I talk to him on Instagram sometimes. I wouldn't say we're like close, but like, I feel like he's one of those kind of artists who really like feels his fans as his family, and I don't know, he's just such a beautiful person. Follow him on Twitter. You gotta just look at the wholesome content he puts out. It's amazing. He's just such a pure, like, good, genuine person, and it's really quite refreshing. And on top of that, BB Rex is also one of my favorite artists out there right now. I'm digging those two. They're doing amazing things. The next thing I want to talk about was my favorite poems. I like to think that I'm like a poem fanatic, but I'm not the kind of poem fanatic that knows like poets and like their works by like heart. I'm not very good at memorizing all that stuff, but there were a 2 slam poems that went around Facebook last year that I just could not get enough of. So I ordered the poet's book, Our Numbered Days, by Neil Hilborn, and the 2 poems that I was obsessed with that were going around, one was called Joey. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's about like 2 guys, and it's written from one guy's point of view, and he's talking about Joey, and I think it's about how they follow the same life paths, and they both have severe depression, except the narrator gets help for his depression and like suicidal thoughts, and I guess Joey never does. And I don't remember if the poem says gonna live or die. I know I have it in my hand right now, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have this poem memorized. I just really like it right now. It's one of my favorites. But my favorite on top of that, like number one favorite, Joey is number two. Number one is OCD, and it is about the narrator has OCD and how it's really hard for him to find love, but when he finally does, it is so worth it, and it's beautiful. I just would recommend. And you know, it talks about their breakup too, which is really sad, but like it was just so well written that it will get you in your feels, trust me. And then the next thing I want to talk about was binders. So this is kind of weird territory for me, but fun fact, one of my least favorite features is how big my chest is. So I decided to order some constricting binders to kind of, you know, make them look a little more flat so I can wear t-shirts more comfortably and like they won't catch on all this. So I wanted to talk about my favorite binder. So I ordered 3. I ordered one really cheap one from Wish, one really cheap one from Amazon, and then one really nice one from Amazon. I was gonna just show you all of them and then talk about my favorite one for a second. So one of them, this is one of the sketchy ones from Amazon, and this one has like padding, like to make you look flat. It's really tight, really constricting. Don't order a cheap binder. I've heard that you're not supposed to do that, but I did it anyway just to see if I could pull one off. You can't. Don't try it. Like, don't even, I don't know. I feel like this would serve its purpose if I was a little bit smaller chested, but it's not working out right now. The second binder I got, it was like $2 off the Wish app, and Wish is just like a super cheap place that you buy stuff, and this is how like big it was, and that literally would cover half of me. Like that. Like this is just tiny, there's no padding, there's no way it would pull you down, and when I put it on, like there was no way that the latches were gonna close. It's just like flimsy material that won't do the job. So don't order a binder off Wish. Now this is the one I highly recommend. I know there's one other big one called the GC2B, I haven't tried it, but this one is Underworks Tri-Top, and I ordered it in a medium, and it does the job great. It is sturdy. I feel like you could sweat in it and be okay, but I'm like kind of a prude. I don't like sweating in it because it was so expensive. I'm sure like once I wear it in, I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. I'm still babying it. And so pro tip, so this one doesn't have the clasps. So pro tip on putting these on is take it, turn it inside out, so you see the tag, and then put your head in right here. And then proceed to put your arms through and then pull it down up. I definitely learned that off of watching somebody else do it, but it really made a world of difference when I did it. As far as TV shows, I want to talk about a couple of my favorite TV shows. So right now I'm getting super into Rick and Morty, which I used to be totally against. I was like, that's disgusting, that's disturbing. It's too dark for me, like I will not watch it, I refuse. But turns out I actually really like it. I just have to watch something funny afterwards to like rinse the taste of Rick and Morty out of my mouth, but it's really good, and like the dark humor is kind of a fun twist. I don't know. It's definitely still freaky, but I'm getting into it. But I have to say, one of my ultimate favorite shows is Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay. Love that. I also am super into Once Upon a Time, pumped for season 7, super into Grey's Anatomy, pumped for season 14. I love Private Practice, but that ended. There's definitely more, but those are just some of my favorites. And then some of my favorite books. So I am a Harry Potter fanatic. I live, eat, and breathe Harry Potter. I probably said that about something else earlier, but Harry Potter is my life. I grew up watching the movies, reading the books multiple times through. Like, I'm wildly obsessed with Harry Potter, so I'm gonna have to stick to my roots and say that Harry Potter are my favorite books, like all of them. They're just all my favorite, and I'm sorry, but they're wonderful. And then last but not least, I wanted to talk about this like Facebook video I saw going around. Like, I always say like, this is my favorite thing on the internet. Oh my gosh, like I love this. This is the best thing on the internet I've seen ever. And but that stands true for one video in particular. So I'm an animal person, like to the extreme. I love animals. I don't discriminate. I would never think or dream of calling an animal ugly. Like, that is the ugliest thing you can do, is call an animal ugly. Never do that. Like, I'm not okay with that. And I came across this video about this vet, and he's like a very young, attractive vet, yada yada, but the best quality about him is that he cuddles and loves on all animals of all kinds, like snakes, ostriches, blah blah blah, like all these exotic animals that come into his care. He loves on them and cuddles them and like just treats them all like they're cute little tiny kittens. Like, he just loves everything, and it's so great. So that concludes my favorites video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to come back next Tuesday for your Lucy Tuesdays. And I hope you're enjoying this channel and watching me and all my friends. So, bye.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
You need to be watching people, you need to keep out for your people, love them, ask them if there's something wrong, and if you need someone to talk to, please come to me.